up in North Georgia, and you have to stand out on the corner of the banister just to talk on the phone. It's terrible. So what I did was I bought a 50-foot audio cable and one of those stupid little old style phone receivers that you can use with a hang up button on it, and I put my phone out there and I turn on the Wi-Fi, okay, the what do they call it, the hotspot, and I connect this wire to it, and I connect the charger to it, and then I stick it down in a Ziploc bag and I ziplock it, and then that phone sits out there 24 hours a day out on that banister. And if I need to use the phone, I pick up that handset and I click the button and say who I want to talk to, and it will dial them. My computer and everything can use the Wi-Fi through the hotspot. But that's kind of the weird thing is I need to find a way, and I hear there's ways to do it now, but I need like a repeater to get that signal inside the house so that I can use my phones inside the house. And I was told, I think Joseph or somebody told me not long ago that they make such a thing now, and I got to get one. But in the meantime, I'm also looking at it for here too because I'm thinking I get 1 gigabyte of tethered every month without paying any extra on my cell phone. Okay. Um, what I want to do during storms is put my cell phone to where it's getting a signal, a good signal, and have the Wi-Fi turned on backup and have it plug in the power. And that way, if the internet goes out here, my computer will immediately switch over to the secondary, which will be my hotspot, and hopefully can keep things going for a while until the internet boots back up and we can switch back over. But I got to figure out a way because if I bring the phone inside here, it doesn't work worth the crap. It'll still make a phone call or receive a text, but it doesn't do it that well. And the internet is extremely slow in here because I got a metal shed. I finished out the inside, with drywall and everything, but it's still a metal shed on the outside essentially.
Faraday cage.
It's a Faraday cage,
Are
and
you running any Ethernet in there, or are you just trying to rely on Wi-Fi?
I've got Ethernet in my house, and believe it or not, my two computers that use Wi-Fi out here can connect to that from here. The Wi-Fi I have out here, the Wi-Fi box I have out here, I have the RF turned off in because I'm just trying to prevent any additional RF inside the shack.
Yeah.
Um, it's an older box, and I wanted to connect directly to the other one anyway, so I was able to. Um, I just don't know. I want to be able to connect my phone to an antenna somehow, and that's the conundrum. I just wish I could buy a phone that had an antenna connector on it,
Yeah, they
so I
don't.
can. I know. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking that, but I need to do a hotspot with that. Will it do a cellular hotspot? Yeah. Yeah.
Cellular repeater, and I think you
Yeah.
use.
Because if it's something I could bring up there when I'm up there, and then bring back down here and hook up down here inside my house or something, or in wherever. I don't know. This is all the stuff I'm trying to think of because one of the things I'm wanting to do is always have two forms of internet connection here. Like I'm always going to be monitoring two channels. I'm going to have two forms of internet connection, and I want to have two forms of electricity. Those are kind of my goals. Got the generator. I'm going to buy a outhouse to put it in here, like a outbuilding, a little metal outbuilding to put it in so that it's protected. And I'm going to hook it up to where it's already hooked up, so that if the power goes out, the GPSs will hold. I run outside real quick, flip one big switch off, start the generator, give it 30 seconds to warm up, and cut in. And I can do it all in 40 seconds.
I was going to
And
say,
that's
if you put your generator in an outhouse, you may have a rather interesting problem.
I know. Well, the blue water goes everywhere. Um, but
If you have
yeah,
any methane, you may have an exciting 4th of July at the same time.
well, I actually found this great little metal building. It's under $200. and it attaches to the side of your house, and it's got three sides and a roof and a slanted roof, and it's made for like two or three big garbage cans is what it's made for. But it's made of some fairly thick metal, and if I put it in and anchor it real good to the house and everything, I believe this would withstand anything that my house would withstand at this point. And I want to get my generator in there because right now, if the power were to go out, I'm 2 hours from having that generator ready. I have no fuel here in cans, and try siphoning it out of your car. That doesn't work anymore.
Yeah,
The last two times I tried to siphon gas out of a car, I about had a stroke. It doesn't work anymore. The only way to get gas out of a car is with a knife, if you know what I mean. But I don't have any gas. My generator's in the back of my other shed. I'd have to pull it out. I'd have to get the wire out and wire it into the panel and plug it in. And so I got to get that process down from a day down to 20 minutes or so, or 2 minutes even, where I can go out, start it up, let it warm up, flip a few switches, and I'm on generator power. I can't afford to call one of these generator companies. But I'm basically doing the same thing you guys do. It's not going to be a vault, but it's going to be a nice little decent metal building that it's going to be in, and it should be safe in there. And the way it's got ventilation across the bottom and stuff, and I've already figured out what I'm going to do. I've already found these double exhaust fans that will fit right over the grills on both sides. They're like $20, $25 a piece. And I'm going to put one blowing in on one side and one blowing out on the other. And I'm going to hook them up to the generator so when it's running, they're running.
the fans are going too.
Yep. And so as soon as you fire the generator up and flip the breakers on, you're going to have 4 stair coming and 4 stair going. And I'll make sure the input side doesn't have any water flowing around it so it won't suck any water in or anything. But that's not something I'm working on for the next like 3 months from now. I want to get that done before hurricane season. But other than that, I don't know. Other than that, I want to go to bed.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
I need to eat dinner, but I'm giving crap less and less about dinner. I don't know if I'm gonna eat dinner or not.
Don't forget the clock.
My nephew and my wife, I don't know if you guys can see this. My nephew and my wife bought me this. That's the coolest mouse I've ever owned.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool? It changes colors and yeah, I do have the coolest mouse.
Uh-oh.
That looks like some Apple piece of crap. It looks pretty cool too. No, it's cool, dude. It's not about who has the biggest mouse.
Actually, I like it.
Uh-oh.
I like the old rollerball.
think-
That reminds me of my radio days. We used to have one of those on the left side for the radio, and we had a regular mouse on the right side for the CAD system. Back when I was a dispatcher.
Sometimes when I get into contests, I work everything with this, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What that
You know
means,
what
that's
this
your
is? In England, this is called a pissing contest. You know
Yeah,
the one when you're a
it's
kid,
called
you
that
try to
here,
see
too.
who can pee the furthest. Well, we're now into a pissing contest with mouses.
I got a guy at work that
Rats.
everything's a contest to this guy. Everything. Oh, mine's bigger. This is bigger. That's bigger. Mine's better. Mine's better. But one day I just had enough of this guy, and he's in there. Oh yeah, I did this. This is big as thing. I said, and I finally just looked at him. I said, would it help if I told you your dick was bigger than mine? He turned around and walked away, and I don't have that problem no more. Men, man, they're worse than women sometimes. Anyway, all right.
Oh, I think That's probably a good point. That's a good point to leave.
We'll just leave it right there.
Yeah, we'll leave it right there.
Bloody
I'll,
hell!
I'll see you all next week, guys.
All right.
7-3.
All right, signing off. 7-3s, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.